Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/FitPro podcast. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. There is a link in the show notes. Head to www.audibletrial.com/FitPro podcast and get your free audiobook download today. Episode 58 of the FitPro podcast. Welcome back to the FitPro podcast, listeners. I am your host, Marvin Fayers, and today's episode is episode 58 of the FitPro podcast. It is featuring Chelsea Simpson. It's actually part 2 of a 2-part series. Episode 1, or part 1, was episode 56. That's a little bit confusing. I know, I'm sorry. I'll make it easy for you. In the show notes below, there's a link to part 1. Click that, go there, listen to it. Perfect. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe on iTunes. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe to the FitPro podcast. Let me know what you think about the show so we can make it better. Other than that, guys, make sure you give this episode a big thumbs up on Facebook as well. And enjoy the show. I will talk to you at the end. Terrible way to do things. There's no middle ground. You're doing it right or you're doing it wrong. And I'm glad to see you do it right. And I'm glad to see as well, on your off season, you seem to enjoy yourself. You enjoy food. I've seen the posts. I've seen the Facebook posts. And that's the difference, guys, between somebody that is 100% like this is their life, this is all they do, and someone that's an athlete, but they know when there's downtime and they can enjoy themselves still, right? What makes you different? Why can you do that and somebody else can't do that, or they feel that they can't?
Comp can mess with your head a lot. And when you see yourself that lean, it's extremely hard afterwards when you start to put on weight and you get like post-comp depression and things like that. And where you feel like you at a normal size is fat and unhealthy because you've spent, the last 6 months trying to be as lean as you can. And then all of a sudden you can put on 4 kilos in a week and a lot of people freak out. And I definitely did my first time. But this time I dieted. I gorged the whole next day. I had a big photo shoot. I ate about 14 Krispy Kremes, grilled, and a couple of pizzas. It was awesome.
How's the headache? Jesus Christ.
Oh, no, it was fine. Yeah. I could still eat like a fat chick. But, after that, I do like healthy eating. So I was still, I still had the stuff in my fridge. I still ate meat and vegetables and everything like that. It was just every night I'd have ice cream, or on the weekends I'd still be able to go out and stuff my face. It's just you don't do it for every meal of every day as soon as you're not prepping. But when you're restricted for that long, I know that I can put on a couple of kilos and then lose it again for the next comp. It's not, I don't have to stay ripped the whole time and deprive myself. I'm a young person. I can still mess around and have a good time and keep it within the range, as long as you don't leave the gym completely and have 2 months off and get really fat and screw up your metabolism.
Yeah.
But even then, you can come back from that if you really decide that that's what you want to do. It just takes longer, and you just got to work harder to come back. And I just want to enjoy myself for a bit because comps are going to come back around next year, and I'm going to have to do it all over again. So.
That's it. And how old are you now, Chelsea?
I'm 22 for the next couple of weeks.
Oh my fucking God. I remember when I was 22, shit. But, you're young, you've got a lot of time in the sport, and it is a sport, and people don't realize it's a sport and don't treat it like a sport. But where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I definitely want to compete again next year, so I'm aiming for that. I'm hoping to win so I don't have to compete anymore.
Yeah.
Because I feel I have to now that I've done it, and I got so close.
And you look good. You look good on stage. You look better than first, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, 100% better than the first time I got up there. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, it did take me 18 months to go from that first one to the second one. So I'm hoping the next one I get that top spot. I can use it to inspire my clients. And I don't know how bad the addiction is. I might get off stage and then want to do it again. But, eventually I won't compete and put my body through that. It is a hell of a lot of work. Mm-hmm. But I just want to keep training and keep being a PT. I can't see me leaving anytime soon.
do you have, or have you ever had any clients that have come to you and said, I want to do what you do, I want to compete, and you've had to turn them away because of reason?
I had a girl that tried and failed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She was so dedicated at the start, and I was like, all right, fine, let's do this. You can train with me and see how hard it is. And then when it came time to it starting to be, on season, i.e. cutting and extreme weights and all the supplements that go with it and everything, she just said, I don't think I can. And I'd put in a lot of work for her to just decide that she couldn't be bothered anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was pretty hurtful. It is still her choice and everything, and if you don't have it in you, it's a good idea to pull out when you know that you can't do it, as opposed to get halfway in, because the closer you get, failing towards the end's got to hurt even more.
Absolutely. And have you now figured out a way to assess people that want to go on that journey? Because it's very much a mental thing. It's very much where you're at physically as well. I mean, you get the girls that come into even the guys. You get the girls and guys that come into the gym that have no business stepping on stage in the next 12 months. They need that foundation. They need to train hard, get their body fat down to a level where you can sort of in 20 weeks, 16 weeks, you can get to show level. Is there an assessment process that you now do, or should there be one?
No, I do. I sit them down and tell them everything I went through.
Mm-hmm.
And I just watch for the look on their face, because they may see you train at the gym and see what you post up and be like, yeah, I've done my 3 workouts for the day, but they have no idea what it's like in the middle of the night when you can't sleep, or you see something on TV and you break down crying because all your hormones are messed up and you haven't eaten properly, fats and stuff like that for months, or someone tells you you don't look any thinner, or tells you look fine, and you just, fly off in a rage, and they don't see what it does to you and the fights you have with the people you care about. And, I had a couple of hospital trips this time because I had some, internally it was a lot of damage, and I already had, some damage internally, so I didn't add well to that. I had a muscle spasm, blew up against my lung. It was excruciating, I was covered in bruises, and you collapse and things like that. And if they can sit there and hear about everything that you go through and still say they want to do it, well, I haven't met anybody that has yet, so I'll let you know when I do.
And I think a lot of people don't actually explain the real side of it all, because it is very, very real. It gets real really quick, and I think it's good that you do that, because a lot of people like to paint this picture of it being all roses and sunshine, and you look good when you're on stage, but there's that build up, there's that pain, there's that agony you have to go through to get in that shape, which at the end of the day isn't healthy to hold year round. That's why you hold it for that second.
That's right.
And that's not what you look like day to day. And
yeah.
It's this fucking fitness magazine culture where people think that guy with the 8-pack looks like that all the fucking time. No, he gets to that level once a year and takes 10 different photo shoots, and they publish that throughout the year.
That's right.
Because it's not fun. It might feel like it'll be fun being on the beach with your abs out or being super ripped, but the reality of it all is you can't live a life like that, because you have to be super strict. And I really commend the guys that can do it year round, because it would take it out of me. I probably wouldn't be in a relationship, and I'd probably be in prison. Like it would just take it out of me, something chronic. But where do you see yourself going with this? I mean, ultimately, you can only compete for a certain window. In bodybuilding, you can compete for a long time. Like what Ronnie Coleman won his last bodybuilding title when he was 45 or something. So you can do it for a long time. How long do you think you'll go?
Oh man, I don't want to do this for a long time. A husband and a mortgage and stuff. I don't have the patience for all of it at once. I'm young and everything, but I can see myself only doing this a couple more times. I really do love being a personal trainer, and I can see me doing that for a long time. But as for competing, the toll it takes, on a somewhat already busted up body is just, I don't know how long I'll be able to handle it. I mean, it's been an amazing experience, and I'll be able to keep it with me forever. And I'll be able to have those photos of my abs forever, whether I have them or not. I mean, and there's so much in bodybuilding as well. I mean, all the time, the best body doesn't win. So, I mean, it's hard enough trying to follow all the rules if it's just going to get worse from here.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather just be done with it and have said that I had a good time.
Oh, perfect. And that's a great answer, because there is other things to life. There is actually, if as a personal trainer, where do you see you taking your business? Are you going to be a personal trainer in a gym your whole life, or do you want to start your own gym? Do you want to do online training? What is it that you want to do?
As much as I would love online training, because it would be a really great residual income and things like that, I like to be with people. I like to see them and be able to talk to them face to face, see the action on their face and my bias in taking it or not. You know, and actually have a real talk with people. So online is not something I've thought about. I would like to buy into a gym within the next 5 years, depending on how I go and if I haven't up and quit one day.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see it, but I mean, the fat girl might win out overall and just make me quit and give up. I hope not, but depends on how very young she is. So, yeah, I mean, I'd like to buy into a gym and then just be able to train as many people as I can, and then not have to worry about, you know, charging so much or anything like that, and just have residual and still be able to do what I love. Because, I mean, if I had the money to pay for everything, I'd still do this. Mm-hmm. I'd just do it for free, so I wouldn't have to charge people.
Well, a lot of what we do as
I love hurting people for money.
Look, a lot of what we do as personal trainers is very much, a lot of it we should be able to give out for free and get paid a salary or something, because it is, I mean, for us it's common sense, but for a lot of people it's not. We don't get taught this stuff in school. I feel like we should. The obesity epidemic wouldn't be where it is, but I mean, it is so crucial, your health and being able to do stuff with your body. It's like a canvas. It's a blank canvas, and you can do whatever you want with it. If you don't want to do anything, don't do anything. There's no pressure. But just realize that if you don't do anything, there's all these other issues that come up. There's the diabetes, there's the obesity, there's everything that comes with not being healthy and having a healthy lifestyle. Now, I'm sure a lot of the people that come to you don't want to step on stage. They just want to get fit and healthy. There's a difference, correct? To going on stage and just being fit and healthy.
Fit and healthy and on stage are not the same thing.
Because I know a lot of trainers that only know one way of thinking. It's like, it's strict, it's clean, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this. But obviously there's a clear-cut difference. Now, what advice do you give to somebody that comes into you and says, I just want to be fit, I might want to see my abs at one point, but I just want to be healthier than I am now? What do I have to fix? What are 5 quick fixes that you can give someone that just wants to be healthy?
Well, first of all, obviously the big horrible C word, cardio. Mm-hmm. It's a necessity of life, whether you're in the gym or outside. That's, you know, up to you, but you got to start moving if that's what the issue is. It tends to be people that they just want to be healthy, you know, if they've got kids and things like that. Just, you know, not everyone wants to get to extreme levels. They just want quality of life. And the best thing for that is to eat cleaner, but still enjoy yourself. Like, I'm always obviously a big supporter of telling my clients when I have massive cheat meals or I'm going to be out drinking this weekend, so I won't be at the gym. You know, you've got to show them that you don't have to be some ridiculously healthy, you know, no-lifed freak just to be, you know, in shape. And that we mess up all the time. If I'm having a bad day, then that's it. Crack out the ice cream. It's over. You know, screw the diet for the day. And it's not the end of the world. So I love those type of people because I get to relate to them as me as off-season.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I can do all that extreme stuff. And it's not something I wish I knew how to do. But unfortunately, I know how to go above and beyond and get way too thin. But I love cooking good food and drinking with friends and things like that. You just have to have the balance of both. And once they understand that, you know, for everything bad you do, you can come into the gym and try and at least work it off, or eat healthier for the most part and then save up, your big bad meals for just once or twice a week, then yeah, you can get as healthy as you want. You just got to moderate it out.
Absolutely, 100%, and that's what I preach. That's what I've told my clients the whole time, and they don't believe me. They don't believe me that it's that easy. They sort of go, "There's got to be something different." No, that's what you do. It's like, have you seen that Central Intelligence with The Rock and Kevin Hart?
Yes.
Where it's like, what did you do? I just worked out every day for 20 years.
Yeah, didn't need a carb. Yeah,
and didn't need a carb, and. That is now my go-to answer for people that ask me, "Oh, so how did you gain muscle?" Well, I started training when I was 18, and I haven't stopped. The whole time hasn't been the greatest. Like, I can tell you consistently, for me, there's only been maybe, I would say, a year period where I was on top of my game and everything was 100% and I tracked everything and I was good at everything. And that was when I was a PT, and that was my cover. But other than that, it's been chopped and changed. I've not trained for 2-3 weeks and then trained for 3 months and then not trained. And it's just been all over the place. But you can still live a healthy lifestyle and not live in the gym. And I think that's what people misinterpret, that you need to be there 100% or your gains are going to disappear, and it's fucking frustrating. It is really frustrating because people get a different perception of what people that go to the gym are like. And I know girls, I know guys that think this weird way, and I think people like you just need to educate people, and people like me just need to educate people and just shove it in their face and go, no, you can go to the gym twice a week and still be healthy. Fuck it.
Definitely.
It's not the end of the world. Now, as a PT, Chelsea, because I need to stop rambling, but I do this in every fucking show because it's a passionate subject. But as a PT, what is some of the biggest advice you can give to somebody just starting out?
Hang tough, really. I mean, it is so hard at the start. Like I said, a lot of the work's for free, and there's a lot of, apprentice type jobs, and you just got to be there for free and hang out and give people advice and be chirpy and friendly. And I tell you what, faking friendliness for 25, 30 hours, it's a lot of work. I mean, when you start to love the job and you love seeing your clients and things like that, it's much easier. But to cold approach so many people is really hard. And if you don't have that in you, if you can't talk to anybody about anything, you're quiet and you don't like going up and interrupting people, and you're not going to make it. Like, you have to be able to talk to everybody, and you have to relate everything to a story that you have. You got to put in the hard yards, but once you get past it, it is amazing.
Amazing, and I 100% agree. And Chelsea, I mean, it's been great having you on today. We've been doing this now for about 40 minutes, so that's a decent amount of time. It's like a workout. I like to keep it so that people can listen to this during their workout.
Nice.
Where can the listeners find you on social, and do you have a website? Just let people know where they can find you.
I do have my personal training Facebook page, which is just Chelsea Simpson Personal Training. Other than that, I mean, I'm obviously at Snap Fitness in Butler, so you can just come in and see me if you want and see that I don't have abs at all times. Definitely not right now. So.
It's all right. We're all allowed. I haven't had abs for like a year, so it's all good. I mean, I think we're done, Chelsea. Unless you have anything else to say. I mean, you've done great for your first time. How nerve-wracking is it to jump on a podcast?
Very, extremely. I mean, obviously, I've been on stage and everything like that, but yeah, this is actually pretty scary. I've never really been interviewed about my very interesting life.
Yeah.
So I hope I've helped anybody, or all those people out there that think that they can't do it. Trust me. I mean, if you could see my before photo, you know what? Get on my Facebook and go have a look, because it's pretty shocking.
And Chelsea, thank you so much for jumping on. Like I said, we know it is a stressful experience, but I'm sure the second time we do this, you'll come prepared. But yeah, guys, thanks for listening to the Fit Pro podcast today. Chelsea, I know the thing is, I usually interview YouTubers and basically multi-millionaire entrepreneurs and shit like that. But how do you, if you had a podcast, how would you end it? Because I still don't know how to end a podcast.
Again, on the spot, play. Just be like, just do something really generic, like keep it real, and then out. Something really lame, but like people would get it, then they'd know it's done.
That's a good way to look at it. So with that being said, keep it real, guys. We are out. Thanks for listening to the show. And that is the end of episode 58, guys. If you want to catch up with Chelsea, all her links are in the show notes. If you want to catch up with episode 1 of this interview, make sure you head to episode 56. Very confusing. It's all in the show notes. I promise you. Guys, thanks for listening to the FitPro podcast. Again, you know what I want for Christmas. Make sure you head to iTunes and search for the FitPro podcast and rate, review, and subscribe to the show. Share it with all your friends that need some motivation and some inspiration and want to learn from some exceptional fit pros, some exceptional entrepreneurs, and some exceptional individuals, guys. It is only getting bigger from here. In the new year, we got some big things planned, but we still got December to go, so we got some big things planned for December as well. I will catch you on the next one. This is Marvin Fayers, and see you guys. Peace.